Greetings and salutations, comrades. Hope this finds you well. So, Colin Powell, former general in the U.S. Army, former Secretary of State under the George W. Bush administration, has died of COVID complications. And, you can do a 3, 2, 1 countdown. Liberals, Democratic politicians will start talking about how amazing he was, how he's such an inspiration. And I saw a tweet to that effect by Jamal Bowman, a so-called progressive member of Congress. But fuck no, dude. Colin Powell is not somebody anybody should be hoisting up as somebody to be, revered, venerated. The dude was a fucking war criminal through and through all the fucked up atrocities and war crimes he perpetrated in Vietnam, to lying at the fucking United Nations saying that there was evidence that Iraq had, weapons of mass destruction or the materials to make weapons of mass destruction, leading to the Iraq fucking war. As Chomsky has correctly pointed out, I think, in my opinion, that was the most, disastrous foreign policy decision, having hugely negative, impacts for that country and destabilizing, surrounding areas. I mean, for fuck's sake, ISIS was created out of that power vacuum once Saddam Hussein was taken out of power. So no, fuck no. Colin Powell is not somebody we should be remembering fondly. We should be, pointing out the horrible fucking person that he was and the disastrous and horrible things that he supported and took part in, both as a soldier and then, as a Secretary of State, as a diplomat, as a, politician. So I mean, it's like fucking Ilhan Omar the other day talking about how the person that she would most like to meet, on the whole fucking planet, either dead or alive, was Margaret fucking Thatcher again, who wanted South Africa to remain a whites only state, who's what is it? Her political, the person who she most looked up to and admired politically was Ronald fucking Reagan, because again, Thatcher was a Ronald Reagan politician, but in the UK, and had hugely disastrous consequences for the working class in the UK, I should say, and beyond. So no, fucking Colin Powell is not somebody we should be remembering fondly. If anything, we should be wanting to talk about pissing on his grave, and when will Kissinger and Bush and Cheney and all those pieces of shit be next? No, we should not be remembering him fondly. So just a little bit of context. Obviously, I knew about him lying to the United Nations and support of the war effort and trying to drum up war with Iraq, but I didn't know about all of the frankly really disgusting things he was a part of in Vietnam as well. Colin Powell in the past boasted about how, whilst touring South Vietnam in '63, him and his unit administered the use of torching whole villages, mutilating corpses, slaughtering livestock, and destroying farm fields, which he called counterinsurgency at the cutting edge. Wars Colin Powell participated in: Vietnam, El Salvador, Nicaragua, Iraq. Let's see, is that showing up when I... Yep, it is. Okay. I mean, for God's sakes, dude, like, this is the type of shit he was in support of, like burning down whole fucking village. I mean, just the fucking horror. And then he participated in, that war and funding the, Contras and this, far right fucking fascist group against the, Sandinista, the social Sandinistas. And this is what, again, some of the shit that was happening in Iraq due to one of the reasons Colin Powell lying at the United Nations saying they had fucking weapons of mass destruction, right? I mean, for fuck's sake, this is not somebody we need to be remembering fondly at all. The dude was a fucking warmonger. He's a fucking war criminal. And so, having participated in such brutal strategies in Vietnam, Powell repeatedly justified the use of these tactics rather than owning up to their criminality. Over the years, when investigating potential crimes occurring in Vietnam in '68, he then concluded they weren't. We burned down thatched huts, starting... This is from his own fucking words. This isn't the only place I've seen this. We burned down thatched huts, starting the blaze with Ronson and Zippo lighters. I think that's some type of, lighter fluid, incendiary fluid, right? Why were we torching houses and destroying crops? Ho Chi Minh had said that the people would like the sea in which his guerrillas swam. We tried to solve the problem by making the whole sea uninhabitable. In the hard logic war, what difference did it make if you shot your enemy or you start? I mean, this dude was a fucking straight up like psychopath. The American military, whilst Powell was Secretary of State, would use similar grotesque tactics in Iraq against civilians and captives, an invasion and occupation that Powell was instrumental in rationalizing and selling to the public under the guise of WMDs plus democracy. He later admitted that the CIA had to be given flexibility when it came to administering the most horrific methods of torture, that enhanced interrogation techniques and targeting civilians were necessary in the overarching crusade to prevent another 9/11 from occurring. So no, Colin Powell is not somebody we should be looking up to at this point at all. Ollie, Ollie, here we go. This I liked what some of the stuff Ali Abumina was saying on this. Am I still sharing the same screen? Yes, 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 yes. Here we go. Oh, come on. Some retweet something. Where is it at? Here we go. They say the next one will be sent by a courageous voice of dissent. Really makes you feel like you're part of history. And then so this is somebody like this is the type of fucking liberal logic at play here. Again, this isn't obviously the only person. Omar Badar. Colin Powell's legacy is mixed. At worst, he was a cog in the machinery empire, played a major role in selling the fraudulent murders, not to mention all the, well, obviously that, but all the fucked up shit he did in Vietnam, Nicaragua. At best, he was a crate. Why did he fucking do it? Dude, he literally knew he was lying when he was giving that speech to the UN about how there's evidence that Iraq had weapons of mass fucking destruction. Dude, what in the fuck are you talking about? Shut the fuck up. This is the correct take here. He did play a pivotal role in creating a massive human tragedy, but hey, at least he had some doubts about it along the way. Hope this can be a solace to the 1 million dead Iraqis. Exactly, right? For fuck's sake, dude. Jamal Bone, and then so this is probably we'll probably see something like this from AOC, right? Because she did the same thing when John McCain passed away. And then we had Ilhan Omar talking about how she'd like to meet Margaret fucking Thatcher. If there is a hell, people like Powell, McCain, Margaret Thatcher, that's where they are, along with Reagan and all these other fucking horrible fucking war criminals. Look. Like, here's the inspiration. Oh my God. He rose to the highest ranks of our nation while committing war crimes from Vietnam to Iraq, and that led to a lot of death and suffering. A million Iraqis dead, but at least he was able to rise to the ranks of the U.S. empire and add some diversity to it. I mean, shut the fuck up. Let's see some. So look, people are calling him out. You took inspiration from a war criminal. What the fuck is wrong with you? Hope you aren't inspired to kill thousands of people. Jamal, who are you really? Inspiration? A war criminal inspired you? He's in the club now. These are the things they say. Professor Zenkus. Fraud squad unrolled today. No results for obviously Gravel. Mike Gravel would, outspoken critic of U.S. empire and war efforts in Vietnam included. Just wait until we hear Kissinger. Yeah, what the fuck is going on with Kissinger, man? He must be on some type of fucking program, right? This is your inspiration. Lie after lie. What Colin Powell knew about Iraq 15 years ago, what he told the UN. I believe that is I believe that's an Intercept article I tried to look up earlier. Richard Manhurst, definitely check out his work. He does great stuff. A nice anti-imperialist voice, right? Mass murder and war criminal Colin Powell, who lied to the United Nations of the world about WMDs in Iraq, leading to the death and displacement of millions of Iraqis who helped destroy the Middle East under George Bush's neocon administration, has just died. Again, if there's a hell, people like Powell, Thatcher, John McCain, Cheney, Bush, when they die, that's where them pieces of shit are going. That's where they're going. And this is what we saw earlier. Drain the sea approach continued that defense. Torching villages. See, again, that dude wasn't making it up in that thread. Torching fucking villages, lying about weapons of mass destruction. Military age male. If a helo helicopter spotted a peasant in black pajamas who looked remotely suspicious, a possible military age male, the pilot would circle and fire just in front of him. If he moved, his movement was judged evident. Look at that. Look at this, dude. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. And this is their liberal fucking hero. Dude is absolute disgrace to fucking humanity. Absolute disgrace. We should not be holding up people like fucking Colin Powell, like Margaret Thatcher, like fucking Ronald Reagan, like John McCain, like George W. Bush, etc., etc. When these war criminals, when these psychopaths that have been responsible for so much death, destruction, violence, misery, and suffering all around the world, if not celebrating, at least don't fucking comment on it, because these people do not deserve that type of attention, or don't deserve that attention or fucking support. Again, either stay silent or point out, like, this is actually a good thing. This person was a piece of shit. It's good that they're no longer on the earth, right? It's my perspective, at least. Like the video if you like the damn video. Subscribe for more content. Quick shout out to the 2 Uber comrades supporting my channel, this content Patreon, my partner, and Independent of News. Definitely check out Independent of News, all part of the people. Peace.